Welcome, I'm Darren, and I'll be your guide today as I rank the rookie cards for 1990. This is distinctive because 1990 was the first year that we had draft pick rookies that were designed into the card sets. Normally when I talk about draft pick rookies, I say that they began with the 1989 score, football, and that's only partially true. Topps technically had been making draft pick rookies in baseball prior to that, but they were just kind of thrown in there. There was no design work put into them. Whereas in 1989, when Score launched their football set, they made some draft pick rookies that really reshaped how we thought of upcoming stars in sports. And the fair way to put it is 1989 Score football, the draft pick rookies are like the Wright brothers. Now, were the Wright brothers the first to fly? Probably, but not necessarily. There were a number of other people who were making flight-worthy planes at that time and may have technically flown before them. There's no proof, there's no way to guarantee it, but it really doesn't matter because the Wright brothers began flight. All flight came from their Kitty Hawk experiments. And so it really doesn't matter what came before. That's the starting point for manned flight. And that's the way it is here with 1989 Score football, where there are a number of things that happened as a result of it, but the main thing is the explosion of focus. When that card set came out, all of a sudden Topps created a traded set for football. They'd never thought to do that. All of a sudden they did. Pro Set went out and made a Series 2, which was clearly not a well-designed Series 2 set. They were clearly reacting to the draft pick rookies that had been in the Score set. And Score, so much activity was going on, Score put out a supplemental set. Maybe they were intending to do it, but all of a sudden, by the end of 1989, it was clear, everybody knew, draft pick rookies were serious. We had to take it seriously. And so everybody had some time for the 1990 year when they were able to finally sit down and really do this right. So what I want to look at is I want to look at what did they come up with. The two different types of rookie cards are the general rookie cards, which are kind of like veteran cards for rookies, and then cards that really celebrate the draft, cards that are specifically designed around them being rookies. Those are the two I'm going to look at, and I'm going to be, in this video, looking at the general rookie cards. And I'm doing a ranking of the entire run of all of these cards from the main sets. So I'm not looking at update, I'm not looking at traded, I'm not looking at supplemental, I'm not looking at those sets. These are just the main card sets, and they're if the player is just in there with his college uniform, I don't care. I'm looking for cards that are actually designed to be rookie cards. Those are the parameters I'm looking at. And I am going to do an honorable mention card here because I do like to do that, and doing a straight ranking, it's kind of weird to do an honorable mention. But here it is, 1990. I feel like I got to do an honorable mention, and it obviously would have to be action-packed, and that actually fits. In 1990, Action Packed did a whole separate set of cards in packs for rookies. This was a very distinctive thing, very unique that they did. And the cards are basically the exact same as the regular cards in the set. There are only two differences. One is on almost all the cards, they have a little rookie helmet. That little red logo is there to denote that this is a rookie. Every single card in this 84 card set, though, does have a red inner border in the gold border, which in the regular set, it's black. So those are the distinctions that they have. And the cards look, in my opinion, and the opinion of a lot of us, a lot better than the cards in the main set. It's like they looked at the cards in the main set and said, how do we improve this? And they tried with these rookie cards and made better looking cards. The problem with these cards is the fact that the numbers on the back are identical. Now, when you got a Topps traded card, it had a T number. When you got update, it had a U. Supplemental had an S. Here, they didn't put an R on these numbers. They're the exact same. So it's cards 1 through 84. There is no distinction between them, no separation. So there are two cards number 83. You got to look on the front to see what's the color of the border. And for a lot of us, we felt like geniuses at the time because people would be just absolutely befuddled. They'd hold up a card and they go, I looked in the Beckett, this card isn't in there. And you would be able to say, there's a second set. What you have is the rookie set. I mean, really, the channel that I put together here is to help people to understand stuff that I've learned over the years where you get confused. And this was one of those cases in the early 90s where we got to have that feeling. It's a wonderful feeling to have knowledge for other people where they're utterly confused. This was the first occasion where I confronted that very thing, where it was utterly bewildering. Unless you happen to know that there was a rookie card set, there's no way to tell. And boy, for years, it just continually frustrated people. So that's the problem that this card set has, is it's a great card set, except they had one super frustrating mistake that they made, that they repeated in 1991, that they repeated in 1992. It was dumb what they did, but it is a great card. I'm putting this as an honorable mention because, one, it is separate from the main cards in their release, but two, because I really don't know where to put it in these cards, because they could be right next to number one or further back, depending on how frustrated you are by the numbers. And as you can tell, I'm really frustrated by the numbers. So I'm saying, okay, really good, almost perfect, but not quite. But as far as the actual rankings of all of these different sets, I'm starting at the bottom with Flir Football. And you may be thinking, well, wait a minute here. They have some really good rookie cards. They do. And that's for another video. For this video, I'm looking at the general rookie cards in the set. And I remember at the time, this was when I started, and I remember collecting Series 1, and they had a bunch of these cards toward the end, which were the same as everything else, but they were in the college uniforms. And I thought they looked really cheap. But look, it's Series 1, so when Series 2 comes out, it's going to be like Pro Set, and they're going to be in their regular uniforms. No. In Series 2, they crammed a ton of rookie cards in there, all in their college uniforms. The only difference these cards have, other than the fact that they're not in pro uniforms, is that the stripes up at the top is replaced by the word rookie. That's it. Otherwise, they're the same. And they just look terrible. They really do. So it's always frustrated me because the standard for this Flir Football set is really high. It's a very good set. The card designs are really good. These cards are really terrible. They are. And so the level of expectation causes the fall to be such that I have to put this at the bottom. And that's saying something, because the next spot I have, the card set slightly better, for me is Topps Football. And that's saying something, because those Topps Football cards are terrible. But here's the reason that helps this card. All of the cards in that set are terrible. And so these rookie cards don't look any different. They really don't. They fit seamlessly into the regular set. And so where with Flir, it's a disappointment, here I see it as a moot point. I see it as basically a lateral movement, which actually helps. But it also has one other distinctive quality, which is that they only had a couple of draft pick rookies here in Topps Football. And one of them was Junior Seau. So props to them for that. It's interesting that those two go into this, but I really do. I like these cards a lot better, not because I think they look better or are better, but because I feel like they are more deserving based upon what they had to work with. But the difference between that and the next rung, which is Topps Baseball, is huge. These two down here at the bottom are lousy, but then when you jump over to Topps Baseball, this is interesting because, like I said, the Topps Baseball cards were just kind of thrown in there. Those draft pick rookies really didn't look very good. In this case, I think they do. And the reason is because that border is so busy. The whole card is super busy. It's an unusually good Topps card for pre-1991. Because they kind of got overboard and things just happened to line up in a good way. So, but the big thing for these rookie cards is the fact that there's so much going on that those non-Major League Baseball images, they don't look out of place. All of that busyness just kind of filters right into the card itself. And so the cards inadvertently look pretty decent. And I like that quality about it. It also happens to have Frank Thomas, which is an unusually good rookie card, draft pick rookie card to have in the card set. But regardless, I got to give it credit. I do like these cards, and I do like these draft pick cards. Now, it's interesting to go from here to, in my opinion, a slightly better card, which is Flir Football. But in this case, this is one that I cannot justify. I really can't. I have never understood why. I've always kind of liked these cards. I've always hated the Flir football cards and the Flir baseball cards and the Flir basketball cards from 1990. I really have always hated them. But for some reason, these rookie cards, I've always been kind of okay with them. I've had a lot of respect for them. And over the years, it's not that it's grown or fallen off. It's more that I've respected the fact that they've held up so far over the years, where every time I look at them, it surprises me how good they happen to look. A big impact for this is the fact that they actually have the logo, the football helmet on the card. That's always a helpful thing, but just putting an Major League logo on a card, that doesn't necessarily help the fact that the image is in the college uniform. Sometimes it can, but in this case, I think it's the border around the outside and the color balance, the way that all the pieces come together, happens probably more the amount of color in the border. But I think that all of those work in a way that slightly overpower the image inside to the point where you're feeling the card more than you are the image. And that's kind of similar to what they did in baseball. So I'm still trying to understand why I like these cards. I do. And if I'll definitely try to let you know if I ever figured it out. I don't yet. And I imagine a lot of people are going to be calling me out on this, or, whatever. We'll see how it goes. But I got to put this here at number 3. But then I got another major jump from here up to the number 2, which is 1990 Upper Deck Hockey. And this is a case where they did everything right. Now, I like the Upper Deck Hockey cards. The reason I like it is just the general design, I think, works pretty well for 1990. The problem with this card is, setting aside the card back, the fact that they have this little logo where you have either a team logo or a subset logo, and that's the only change they make, which means all the subsets look the same. You see different jerseys trading in and out, so you may see an NHL jersey, then you may see a Russian jersey or whatever, the All-Star jersey. All the cards kind of run together, and that's something that they would have to fix in the coming years, except for the draft pick rookie cards. And that's the thing that I like about these cards, is the fact that they were smart enough to use shots from, the draft. And this seems very much like a no-brainer at this point. But remember, this is 1990, where they were inventing everything from scratch, and Upper Deck happened to be the company that thought of using shots from the draft. There would be some draft shots in some of the other sets in the other video, but for this one, the cards look different. You go through jersey, 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 all in a rink, and then you hit this, and all of these cards look very distinctive, but you see the NHL jerseys, so they feel like they're part of the league, and you see the way that everything looks is like something to be excited about. And isn't that the whole point of a draft pick rookie? You're supposed to look at the card and get excited about the prospect of this player's career. And so here in these hockey cards, that's really what you get. I think that the cards are very successful in terms of the fact that they succeed in standing out and getting you kind of excited. And on top of that, in this card set, there aren't many cards that are different. There are the checklists, there are the team cards, and there are the draft pick rookies. That's basically about it. And so it's like a vacation from the rest of the set. So that's why I think it's really, really successful. There are a few things that Upper Deck would have to do and add to it. And I do also have to acknowledge that we were really hard on Upper Deck at the time, because they came in and were doing a whole bunch of things that were kind of like cheating. They came in, everyone was playing by the rules, and then they found all these ways to break it. And it was frustrating seeing that, and I'm still frustrated by them doing that. In the case of these draft pick rookies, I think that this was one case where they really do need to get credit for getting this right. I think that they absolutely did. But I definitely can't put this at number 1, because there's one card set that did a general card that is, in my opinion, this is kind of like the ultimate, or I shouldn't say the ultimate, but the ideal, the true base model of a true rookie card, which is 1990 Pro Set Football. In this case, I mean, it's really very simple. They made the exact same card they'd done for all the others. They just added an extra strip up at the top. But that was the big difference. All of these players are in their regular NFL uniforms. Now, there are a few players in Series 1 that they were award winners, And those we considered to be like ex-rookie cards. I really don't consider those rookie cards. These are the rookie cards, and they did it right because they made the cards of the players in their regular uniforms, just like we saw with Action Packed. But they did create the distinction of the second line, which is, it's kind of a no-brainer in a way. I think it makes the card look a little bit better. But they also did it for the prospects, and the prospects don't look as good because the text for 1990 draft pick up there at the top, it fills it in just enough so that the second line doesn't overpower it, but it makes it stand out a lot. So as you go through the set, you go Niners, Seahawks, Buccaneers, Washington, and then all of a sudden you hit these cards and it's like a celebration. Something exciting is happening, and that's what you want. You want these cards to stand out, be distinctive, and make you look at it and get excited about whatever is coming with these players. And that is the success with these cards. It's not that they did anything profound and brilliant. In fact, really the key to 1990 Pro Set was it was like they figured out the thing that we all knew, but nobody sat down and actually made. So when you look at it, you go, oh yeah, of course. That's really 1990 Pro Set. And here with these draft pick rookie cards, that's exactly what they did. They made the rookie card that, well, of course, that's how you make a rookie card. And from there forward, we would always make rookie cards that way. Except as you have seen, not many other companies actually figured that out. These guys did. And so these cards really hit the mark in the precise way. Anything to get super excited about? No. But this is the obvious datum point that only this company figured out, and I would be surprised if anybody disagreed with me that this was the best card for the regular rookie cards in the year 1990. So that's what I got with that. I'm also going to be doing a video where I'm looking at the cards that are really special, designed all around the draft pick, and that's going to be a really fun video to check out. So look for that. And other than that, definitely subscribe if you haven't done so already. Check out my other videos, and thank you very much for watching.